I was born in Manhattan, Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. My mother was a physical therapist there. So I got birth free of charge. And then my parents moved out to Levittown because my father was a naval officer in World War II, and he got the cheap mortgage, $8,000 house on Page Lane. And we had a working class upbringing, even though both of my parents had college degrees. We didn't have any money. My father had a job as an accountant in the city. My mother didn't work after I was born, was a homemaker. I didn't know we didn't have any money because my needs were taken care of. We lived in a little box, okay, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. If you know anything about Levittown, you know all the houses look the same, and they were cheap. But no air conditioning or anything like that, no amenities. There was a little fireplace. That was it. But again, everybody else was in the same circumstance, and we had used cars. They weren't pre-owned then, they were used, and we didn't have any luxuries at all. We took a bus on vacation to Fort Lauderdale. Try that someday. So I went to St. Bridget's School in Westbury, and it was a bus ride over from our section of Levittown. And then all the 60 kids in my class are in the same circumstance. No, there weren't any rich kids. They were all, most children of the military after World War II, and their parents and my parents went through the Depression, so they were scared about everything. You know how it is. So for me to come from there and then be sitting with the President of the United States discussing the upcoming phone call with the dictator of Russia about a war in Ukraine and other matters is surreal. And I think about stuff like that. I'm not, and I dragged my 21-year-old son, who's graduating from college in May, and President Trump was kind enough to let my son, who's a political science major, be in the cabinet meeting. To see it through his eyes, totally different, of course, than me, because I came up the hard way, the real hard way. I wrote a book called A Bold, Fresh Piece of Humanity that chronicles a lot of that. And my son didn't come up the hard way. But my deal with him is, you are a child of privilege, but you have to give back. And that's what he's aiming to do, to get into public service, to help people. And he's a good guy. And he'll do it. I'm 100% sure that he will. But for me, a little thug, and he wasn't a little thug, he was a good boy, my son. I was a little thug. And to rise up and become, a media force, and then to be invited to very important White House sessions. This is the second cabinet meeting I've had in 2025. I just feel so privileged. That's the word. Everybody goes, "Oh, it's an honor, it's an honor." I don't like the word honor so much. It's a privilege for me to get the invitation, because not many human beings see what I see. And I've known Donald Trump 35 years, and he, I think, trusts me that I'm going to be honest, and I am. A lot of people surrounding the president tell him what he wants to hear. I don't. He asks me, I give my honest opinion. And I think he values that, or I wouldn't get re-invited back. But anyway, I'm going to go through what happened yesterday in the Oval Office, because it was historical for me. Someday I'll write about it, but I got to digest it a little bit, but it was fascinating. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.